Hi, thanks for coming to Vibe with me. I'm here to do a general oracle card reading for the sign of Cancer. Cancer, today I'm going to be doing an all oracle card reading. These messages are intended for Cancer and Cancer energy only. I'll be pulling oracle card messages for divine guidance for you from your angels, ancestors, spirit guides, God, the universe, whatever you resonate with on an energetic level. Please remember to take what messages resonate and leave behind what does not. These messages are intended to help you on your life's journey, your current path, a situation in your life, or just some general messages to help bring you some clarification and guidance, Cancer, from your spirit guides. If you're new here, please join my community and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. I would really greatly appreciate your guys' support, so subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. We're going to jump right in, Cancer. These first two oracles are a bit long typically. 30. Sacred divinity. Honor your divinity. There are two paths ahead. Embracing our sacred divinity is honoring the divine feminine and masculine that resides within you. Every person shares both aspects of divinity. These are not stereotypical versions of what it means to be a female or male. The divine feminine incorporates aspects of unconditional love, compassion, and gentleness, but these are also qualities of the divine masculine. Having expanded our intelligence and consciousness, human beings are no longer critical survivalists. We have evolved and adapted as a collective group. With growing intelligence and awareness, human beings, regardless of gender, can achieve these divine qualities. Men are able to embrace these inner, gentler qualities, and women outward qualities of strength. Connecting to our divine self is to align with the divinity of Source. Divine balance occurs when these dual aspects are in harmony within the body, resulting in a feeling of wholeness. Currently, distortion of the divine and masculine has occurred within you. You may be feeling highly analytical or overly emotional. Now is the time to address this issue as you are weighed down with imbalanced energies. You may feel emotionally disconnected from either the masculine or feminine side. Right now, you are being asked to honor the sacred divinity that exists within you. Expressing the divine traits of creativity, expression, gentleness, confidence, and strength is what is required now. Feel the beauty and love that is uniquely you and honor it. Give yourself a special gift to remind you of this inner journey and how much you care about your divine self and well-being. Connecting and creating a strong sisterhood or brotherhood is fantastic, but you just must remember you radiate with energetic duality. If you find yourself ignoring or judging this side of you, ask yourself, what are you hiding? Identify these qualities without judgment and work on healing or balancing these aspects. Gracious receptivity. If there was a manual for optimal human experience, one of the most potent points would be gratitude. It is the backbone of all spiritual practice. Writing a list of the things you are grateful for has been scientifically proven to have a profound positive effect on the mind and nervous system. When we shift our perspective from what we are lacking, needing, and desiring, we temporarily replace the survival factor with the resonance for thriving. When we acknowledge the miracle of our existence and how far we've come despite the challenges, it can bring back our inner smile. Gratitude can enliven an attitude of, I've got this. One of the best tricks for bringing something into your life is to be already thankful for it, as if it has already arrived. This sets up the frequency of fullness and plenty rather than emptiness and need. As we have mentioned before, like attracts like, but there is a whole other power at play here, as true gratitude is anchored in the heart. Being moved by the sheer awe of appreciation and thankfulness is hugely pivotal to the way others and our environment responds to us. The next step is to give our hearts without being asked or invited. When we emanate a field of new earth consciousness, giving can free us from expectation. Just by knowing that we all thrive together when everything flows as a system of gifting. Burning Man Festival is a blueprint of this. Consider your relationship with gratitude, how comfortable you feel receiving and what you love to give. Are there themes that allow you the joyous overflow of giving without limitation? How can you add this to the lives of others more often, away from the fear that you will get used up if you give without guaranteed reciprocity? Are there areas where you are overextending yourself? Can you give more from areas where you are stronger and have more skill and capacity? Right now you may feel as you have little to give. If so, allow yourself to receive more. The gift of the sun on your face on a winter's day, or a compliment from a stranger. Allow yourself to drink every drop. After that, it is up to you how deeply you wish to drink of the gifts that is shared. Often we take only a little sip, even when there is so much more we could appreciate, and yet it is beautiful when you give to someone and they light up and receive it fully. Gratitude, self-love, and self-worth are interwoven with the capacity to receive. Together, they nourish your soul. Step into your heart space by listing all you are grateful for, and notice how full you start to feel. From this place, your gifting capacity can spiral upward. You got two cards from, you got a lot of doubles, Cancer. So you got two cards from this deck. Number 5, the equator, to make equal. Find the balance in your life. Equality among people is a worthy goal. You are worth it. Do not compare yourself to others, as this is a useless task that only leads to unhappiness. There can be a happy medium. There doesn't have to be an extreme reaction all the time. As well as number 26, pressure, transformation. You can view pressure as being negative, or you can see it as being a shaper, director, or positive influence. Find a happy medium where you can benefit and not be at a disadvantage. Number 21, receiving. Energetically, you are beginning to draw in the loving people you need to help you move forward on your path and in your life. These people offer you both emotional and spiritual support, so that they may feel and see and feel your, so that you may see and feel your own value in this world. Remember, you have just as much as a positive effect in their lives as they do in yours. While what you have to give is very important, it is just as important that you allow yourself to receive too. In doing so, you are creating a beautiful energy exchange of growth and support for all. You got 2 out of this deck as well. 14, Seahorse, equality. Seek equality in relationships, in particular intimate ones. You will attract what you resonate. You can decide your future. Hiding from our fears is rarely a good strategy. It is time to ensure that the domestic and emotional labor in your world is shared equally. And you also got sea otters. You got seahorse and sea otter. 18, sea otter, transformation. Transformation is a true constant as we allow it. We can change our future and learn from our past. We should only try to transform ourselves, not someone else, as this is against free will. Do not judge others too quickly or harshly. Relax a little and rise. Two from this deck as well. Compassion. It's time to soften your heart a little and offer a sympathetic ear to those close to you who are in need of your love and support at this time. Often emotional hurts can cause the heart chakra to close, preventing any feelings of tenderness towards others. It's time to break down your defenses and remember that a trouble shared is a trouble halved. Try to imagine how it feels from another's point of view as you start to hone your natural warmth and sympathetic nature. Compassion occurs when your heart expands and opens up to embrace both the emotions of others and those of your own. So, go easy on yourself. And then you also got lighten your load. You have the choice and power to remove yourself from a stressful situation or simply take it in your stride. Stress is completely voluntary and something we allow ourselves to feel, even if this may not seem to be the case as you face the responsibilities that your life demands. Give your exhausted and tortured mind a break as you start to see things with a brighter outlook. Lighten your load and allow lighter laughter to break you free from your self-imposed prison cell. It's the only way to strengthen your immune system and inspire hope while protecting you from the demanding effects that stress has dealt you. Okay, Cancer, I'm going to wait to read this. This is a postcard. It's a message intended to be separate, but it might go right along with this. From your angels, ancestors, spirit guides, God, the universe, like I said, whatever you resonate with on an energetic level. I will wait to open that up and start reading, or, to start reading that. Had to grab a drink there for a moment. Cancer, I feel like there's two groups of you here. I'm going to jump in and start talking about this energy. So, like I just said, there's two groups of you here. There's one group of you who are doing some inner awakening, which is allowing for some inner growth, spiritual growth within yourself. And another group of you, Cancer, are dealing with someone in your life, whether this is a boss, a coworker, a parent, a sibling, a friend, or yes, a romantic partner, lover, someone you're involved with. Take it how it resonates for your situation. I'm not going to go into detail about each and every situation. I think each of you are use your own intuition to judge how this can possibly fit into your life, and if it does, and if so, where. So with that being said, there's a group, the second group of you is dealing with someone in your life who you're trying to transform the relationships between the relationship between the two of you, as far as this divine masculine, feminine, and finding equality between the two of you. So I'm going to talk about the first group here. There's a group of you, Cancers, that are maybe not on a conscious level, but you are figuring out, understanding, becoming aware of the divine masculine and the divine feminine within self, whether you know those terms or not. You're understanding that you need to have those within yourself balanced, right? They need to be equal. Also, as with divine masculine and the divine feminine, it's also, the light energy and the dark energy, the heavy energy and the light energy. You're finding balance within right now. You're going through a transformation of whether you're a man or a woman, men have feminine, divine feminine energy, and women have divine masculine feminine energy. Excuse me. So whether you're a man, Cancer, or a woman, you're finding this balance in between. You're going on to your lighter, more compassionate side, learning to receive, right? Learning to lighten your load. And like I said, finding compassion within self, trying to balance these energies of giving and receiving, compassion and strength. Whatever it is for you, you're really in this energy of balancing these qualities. And these personal, it's allowing you to, sorry, Cancer, to have boundaries. This is going to give you personal boundaries. This is going to give yourself unconditional love. When you can open up and learn to be graciously receptive, and receive as much as you give, this allows for balance. If you're constantly giving all the time, constantly doing all the time, it's going to become burdensome. It's going to become stressful. It's going to become exhausting. So learning to balance your energies within, learning to open up your heart space, be compassionate, look at other people's point of view and perspective, as well as your own, is going to bring an inner transformation, a deep transformation within, balancing your own energies. And Cancer, for those of you who are dealing with someone in your life, like I said, whether this is also, I'm sorry, Cancer, with that first group, that is also learning to, it's going to allow more self-love for yourself. And when you open up and allow graciously to receive and not always be giving, it won't deplete you, right? Because like I was saying, if you're constantly giving and doing, you're going to become depleted. So you're turning it, you're transforming and understanding this energy of how worthy you are, and how when you give yourself love, it affects your capacity for receiving and for giving, and for the balance of ebb and flow within. So, and that's also about learning to give without expecting something in return. And now, yes, that does open you up to being taken advantage of or used, which then you need to use your own intuition in that sense, right? But this is about yourself. So when you're allowing receptivity, it's just a balance within. It brings this equal to yourself of your energies here. So lighten your load, open your heart space, bring compassion into your life, so that you're not overflowing with obligation, or depletion of self. So allow yourself to feel full, right? Excuse me. And make sure that you are really looking within self and understanding how your relationship with gratitude is. How comfortable are you with receiving? So have gratitude when you receive, right? Whether that's something as simple as a compliment, or someone smiling at you. Receive it gracefully and with gratitude. Gratitude, self-love, and self-worth are all interwoven, and with the capacity to receive. So these things nourish your soul on a deep level. So when these things happen, you're nourishing your soul, you're having gratitude, and these energies just spiral upward and bring more positive energies into your life, right? Cancer. And if you're dealing with someone in your life, I feel like there's a sort of a, I want to call it a power struggle, but there's, if you're the divine masculine, it could be with the divine feminine. If you're the divine feminine, it could be with the divine masculine. It could also be two women and two men that are just having a struggle in their divine masculine and divine feminine energies. And what I'm meaning by this is one person is Cancer, I believe it's you, over giving. You need to, like this is saying, be more receptive. Cancer, I feel like you're over giving, overdoing, or you are in your more masculine energies are dominating at this time, and you need to step back into your divine feminine energies, your watery energies of who you are, your emotional energies, your feelings, your compassion, your empathy, your love, your heart space, right? Take it how it is. These energies can be vice versa for the person you are dealing with in your life. And remember, this can be a coworker, a boss, a sibling, a parent. But yes, I do think it's most likely a partner, a lover, romantic partner. But you need to be ensuring that there's equality within the relationship. Lighten your load, right? So if you're doing too much, if you're doing all the cooking, all the cleaning, all the grocery shopping, if you have kids and you're taking care of the kids and the pets, lighten your load. Allow to receive graciously. There needs to be equality in this partnership, in this relationship, and open up with your heart space and allow the compassion to be there, as well as the person that you're dealing with. If the two of you come together and communicate and have compassion towards one another, you guys can lighten each other's loads. And what I mean by this is you guys can transform the relationship, the situationship, and find an equal balance. And it doesn't have to be society, I want to say's way of what should be done by masculine or what should be done by feminine. So rather find each other's strong points. Cancer, if you're good at doing the yard work and your partner is good at doing the dishes, then do that. If one of you is better at cooking, whether if the masculine is better at cooking and the divine feminine's better at doing the mowing the lawn, what I'm trying to say is, and even with a work situation, it doesn't matter what the situation is, the responsibilities, day-to-day tasks, things don't have to be categorized into masculine and feminine or society's roles of who should do what, right? So transform this, right? Transform it into something that is brings compassion to the two of you. Use your heart space to find this middle ground. Lighten the both of your guys' loads. I love how there's the world in both of these. And there's we got double equality, double transformation, and a double world here. This is very synchronistic, Cancer. This is really about if you're working with someone else, like I said, this is about finding the middle ground, finding equality, transforming the situation, and finding out who's best at what, bringing compassion, like I said, and coming into your heart space so that the two of you can feel equal. There's not one of you that's feeling depleted because they're the ones that's doing everything or giving so much. So ensure that there is equality in energies between the two of you, and ebb and flow, and equality in responsibilities. And it's not just in day-to-day tasks, Cancer, it's also in the love you give to one another. So you want them, if you're being open and compassionate and loving towards them and communicative, you want them to be the same, equal towards you. You want this equality, this equal ebb and flow. So it's an equal equality of everything, an even balance of emotions, of physicality, of responsibility. So it's them balancing their emotions, their giving and receiving, as well as you balancing your emotions and your giving and receiving. And then it's coming to get together to transform. This is very together, two sides. This is very together, two sides, right? So it's finding the balance between the two of you. It's finding each other's strong points and how the two of you can lighten each other's loads and help each other out, and join two paths into one for optimism, right? For it's being strategic, and it's bringing it's just a balance. It's a balance, and it won't be any resistance. So not only will there be very clearly defined with communication on who can do what, and how you can help them, and they can help you, but it's you and them finding this gracious receptivity and balance between your energies and what you both are good at. So it's like bringing this powerhouse of energy between the two of you, this whole feeling of wholeness between the two of you. You'll be, when the two of you can come together and ignore the judging, ignore these aspects of who should do what, or and just come together and not have these boundaries. It will allow for there to not have pressure, not to have depletion, and it will allow for an overflow of compassion, an overflow of heart space, an overflow of receptivity, so the two of you can flow on an energetic level much more easily. Cancer, so if this is just you on your own, you are balancing your divine masculine energies. You're balancing your strengths, your boldness, your power, your self-confidence, your creativity, as well as your compassion, your nurturing, your loving, your emotions, your supportiveness. You're learning to transform and blend both sides, lighten your inner load, lighten your emotional load, lighten your load as well as on the outside in the physical world, by allowing to graciously accept and receive rather than constantly doing and giving. You're balancing your inner energies. You're allowing your dark and your light energies, if you want to say, to become balanced, or your divine masculine and feminine energies to become balanced. You're equalizing them. You're having this transformation of balancing your inner qualities, coming into a divine balance, clarity within self, your mind, your heart, your soul. You're finding this center, self-love, unconditional love with self allows so much more. You're filling your own cup, finding self-love, self-respect, courage within self. This is a really working on yourself right now, finding middle ground in your own life, transforming your energies and understanding that you have both of these energies within you, and finding the middle ground is really going to excel you farther. Because when you're too heavy on one side, constantly giving, constantly doing, constantly in this overachieving state, it becomes exhausting, stressful, and depleting on self. So you're really finding this inner balance right now and transforming that. You're finding gratitude, you're being thankful, you're allowing receptivity. You're learning in Cancer to thrive over surviving, right? This is about thriving over surviving. Thriving within self over surviving. Thriving within your relationship over surviving. How worthiness of self and of others, self-love, can affect the capacity to receive and to give without this depletion. You're understanding and embracing this divine masculine, this divine feminine energy, and the balance, and what the balance brings for you and your life. When you radiate these grateful energies of gratitude, self-love, and self-worth that are all interwoven together, these energies spiral outward and upward, and it just brings that more back to you, Cancer, and allows this energy to return to you. So stay in your heart space, stay in this balanced energy, allow for receptivity. It lightens your load. Open your heart space, allow for this transformation. Come together with this person to bring equality within the relationship situationship, so not one of you is overgiving and depleting self. Lighten your load, open your heart space, find the middle ground and equal ground, and allow to receive, Cancer. Okay, I'm going to read your your postcard from Angels, Ancestors, Spirit Guides. Dear Cancer, sometimes it's wonderful to give, but there are times you might find yourself over-giving. Now might be a good time to check in and see where you might be cutting off the flow of abundance. Let others give to you, even if you are more comfortable being generous and being the giver, the healer, the rescuer. Wow. In the art of living, we sometimes overlook an important skill: receiving gracefully and with gratitude. I almost feel like crying. Without diminishing yourself or trying to deny vulnerability or bringing an agenda of equality to it. Receiving is hard for some people, maybe you. You do not need a this for that in your exchange with others. You are doing good in your world. Look at the world. Wow, let the world give back and support you. Then you can give up the old stories that have you convinced you have to do everything alone with no help. Let your well be filled. We all love you so, so much. I really feel like I'm going to tear up here. I've never had this happen. This is extremely synchronistic. It's talking obviously about being an overgiver, giving too much, a giver, a healer, a rescuer, and that you need to learn to receive gracefully and with gratitude so that you're not diminishing yourself. Fill up your own cup, Cancer. It's also talking about you're doing good in this world. Let the world give back to you. Lighten your load and let the world give back to you so the world's not pushing you down. The world. You're doing a great job, Cancer. Receive. It's time for you to receive. Cancer, I hope you like this message. I hope it gave you some sort of messages, clarification, guidance. Please give the video a thumbs up. I can't wait to read for you next time. Let me know in the comments if you liked the message. Let me know in the comments if you liked this style of reading, since it's new. I'd really love to hear your guys' comments. please subscribe to my channel. It really helps my channel grow, and I would really appreciate your guys' support. So subscribe to my channel, give the video a thumbs up, and Cancer, receive gracefully. I'll see you next time.